валяй дурака, Америка, вот те валенки, мерзнешь, небось. Что Сибирь, что Аляска, два берега, баня, водка, гормон и лосось. Не валяй дурака, Америка, за морями скучаешь, поди. Что Сибирь, что Аляска, два берега, бабы, кони, раздолье в пути. Бабы, кони, раздолье в пути.
Валяй, дурак, Америка, не обидим, кому говорят. Отдавай-ка землицу, Алясочку, отдавай-ка родимую взад, отдавай-ка родимую взад.
Валяй, дурака, Америка, вот те валенки, мерзнешь, небось. Что Сибирь, что Аляска, два берега, баня, водка, гормон.
Его утреннего стяг в жизни важен первый шаг. Слышишь, веют над страною ветры яростных атак. И вновь продолжается бой, и сердцу тревожно в груди. И Ленин такой молодой, и юный октябрь впереди. И Ленин такой молодой, и юный октябрь впереди. Летит во все концы, вы поверьте нам, отцы, будут новые победы, станут новые бойцы. Милости не жди, жизнь для правды не щади. Нам, ребята, в этой жизни только с правдой по пути. И он продолжает собой На границе тучи ходят хмуро, край суровый тишиной объят. У высоких берегов Амура часовые родины стоят. Там врагу заслон поставлен прочный, там стоит отважен и силен. У границ земли дальневосточной броневой ударный батальон. У границ земли дальневосточной броневой ударный батальон. Там живут, и песня в том порукой, нерушимой дружною семьей. 3 танкиста, 3 веселых друга, экипаж машины боевой. На траву легла роса густая, полегли туманы широки. В эту ночь решили самураи перейти границу реки. В эту ночь решили самураи перейти границу реки. Но разведка доложила точно, и пошел командою сметен по родной земле дальневосточной броневой ударный батальон.
tomorrow for the day, I had a fucking whole box of pizza. And I'm gonna look like Vaush if I keep eating the way I've been eating. Oh, and don't mind me. I just got a little more decoration. Okay, this place starting to take shape. We're gonna do more decorations in this motherfucking room. And it's gonna be great. And anybody who's got any objections, don't let the fucking door hit you on the goddamn way out. I've been eating like garbage and I'm going on a diet starting today. And I just did my cardio workout. You know, I was doing the Zumba type of thing. What the fuck is up, everybody? Let me tell you something. Right now, I'm going beast mode on Vaush, little bitch ass. And I thought about something. I thought Vaush is a dying streamer. And Jackson Hinkle gets more views than fucking Vaush now. So I thought, should I kick a horse while it's down? Should I kick a horse while it's down? Hell yeah, I'm gonna kick a horse while it's down. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna beat that dead horse. I don't give a fuck. Oh, well!
Love the studio updates. It's all coming together, 07.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Y'all know this room is taking shape. I temporarily hung up those decorations with the sword because it looked a little empty. But oh shit, yeah, things are taking shape. Things are definitely taking shape. What the fuck is up, everybody? What the fuck is up? Today, we are going to destroy Vaush. We're gonna go beast mode on Vaush, right? We got a lot of things to say as far as the controversy, the discourse, the dispute, the issue that's been going on. Everybody, I want you to think about something. Think about something for a second. I am tapped back into the hive mind on Twitter. The energy is surging through me. It's rushing through me. And now I get the things I know that I should be talking about based on the algorithmic codification of the classification of the different things people are talking about and all this. Things are going in a circle. I mean, all coming in through. And now I know exactly the topic for today. And it's going to be a really simple one. And it's going to be this whole shit. We're going to keep going through it of, are young men starting to watch Andrew Tate because we're not caring for them enough. We're not caring enough for boys and men. We need to have their feelings, or else they're gonna... Shut up, man! What is that? That's some bitch shit! That's some bitch shit! That's some bitch shit! And I noticed something about this Vaush guy. I'm gonna expose the whole fucking thing today. Oh, thank you so much for the 5!
The horse is merely his dinner.
I'm gonna fucking expose the whole lid off of this shit, because I noticed something. Vaush has this constant theme. Vaush, Destiny, all these people, they got this constant theme in their stream where they're like, oh, if we don't save these young boys, we need to save them. We need to save. Shut up, man. You know, I'm telling you, they're raising a generation of bitches is what they're doing. Little punk-ass bitches, little gynecomastia, bitch tit, low T motherfucking bitch-ass generation of people that they're raising. And you're me, Haas, are you taking the side of the feminists? Fuck no, I don't give a fuck about the feminists. Obviously, you know me, I don't give a fuck about the feminists. But what I'm trying to say is, why are you trying to treat men as women? Why are you trying to do this thing where you're like, oh, all these young boys are turning to Andrew Tate because the left is not talking to them. We need to talk. No, we don't. I'm going to tell you why. Leftism is a female ideology for bitter females. That's the whole point of that ideology. So why the fuck, what are you going to talk to men? Men don't want to be talked to. And if you want to talk about this bullshit, this whole cope that I keep fucking seeing from Vaush and them, where they're like, thank you so much, Soapbox, appreciate you.
In just one day after coming back, you've gained more follows than Andrew and Co have gained in all these months after betraying you.
I mean, that's not, those people are clinically mentally ill. Thank you so much, Lees.
Please release the collected film commentary of Vaush document.
I will. But I'm trying to say those people, thank you, holy fuck with the New Zealand 50, thank God damn, thank you very much. But I was trying to say is Those are people mentally retarded. I mean, what else can you say? But here's the thing, right? When it comes to the whole discourse shit of, oh, who do we talk to heal their suffering? That's a fucking female type of thing. That's for females. The reason young men like Andrew Tate, Vaush, you fucking idiot, isn't because leftists are not coddling them hard enough. No, it's because Andrew Tate got a fucking Lambo, he's got a Bugatti, and he's got bitches. And that's what young men want. They want money and they want bitches. And that's not because you're not doing enough social justice for them. That's because a man's out here gotta eat. Only women are on this thing where they're like, oh, we're just gonna go on Twitter and we're gonna talk about our problems and we're gonna just discourse like in a sewing circle. That's not what men do. You guys, do you understand what I'm trying to say? And they're gonna be like, oh, Haas, the tone of this isn't very intelligent. Shut the fuck up, you racist bitch. I'm an Afro-Asiatic Mediterranean male, and you are a white supremacist racist trying to tone police me, bitch. Fuck you. And but I'm gonna just prove to you I'm smarter than Vaush. I am smarter than Vaush because I can talk like Vaush and I can talk like his audience respects. I can talk in a way they respect and that they recognize. So I'm gonna turn on my little bitch filter and I'm gonna talk and I'm gonna communicate this exact same thing in a tone and in a manner that the Vaush and his audience will be able to digest and appreciate. So without any further ado, I think really what's going on here is that the problem with Vaush and his analysis that the left is neglecting men's issues is that men's issues intrinsically are unable to be treated in the same way or even in a comparable way to women's issues. While women's issues immediately acquire a social significance of how a collective has to step in and aid and give women welfare of some kind, men's issues are never articulated in that way without coming at the direct expense of masculinity itself. When a man has to rely on a form of social validation and a form of social recognition and social welfare, that inherently contradicts what is inherent to their masculinity. And if you want to say that's just toxic masculinity, that's fine. But at a certain point, it just becomes indistinguishable from femininity, because women's issues, whether you like them or not, are inherently social ones, at least as they're articulated and understood by women themselves. Am I smart now that I said it that way? Am I smart now that I said it that way, bitch? You know what I mean? See, when people talk that way, I tune out. I tune out when I hear shit like that, right? When people talk like that, I tune out, right? Because I'm just like, what are you talking about, right? But I explain it for all the Vaush viewers. You can fucking understand it. It's very simple. The left did not create Andrew Tate, okay? The left isn't just neglecting men. It's not about negligence. It's about the fact that the left is inherently female. It's inherently feminine. That's some female shit, right? This idea that you're going to raise your issues to being other people's problem, I'm sorry, that's an inherently female type of thing, right? Men's issues are inherently articulated as issues that are to be resolved through motivation, through perseverance, through action of some kind. That's how men articulate how they resolve their issues. The idea that you're going to resolve people's issues by validating them and coddling them and, oh, I'm going to talk to you. That is not how you can speak to a man. If you want to say that's toxic masculinity, then go ahead and just say that there's no such thing as gender and that men and women are the same fucking thing. Because they're not, right? So this whole idea that we have to be like, see, Vaush has a very similar attitude. You guys notice my attitude is different. Like, he's got this attitude toward the alt-right that they're victims. And he's got to condescendingly be like, oh, you just never had someone to convince you and coddle you. But that's why all of the degenerate and disgusting, filthy, anti-human aspects of neo-Nazis and those people, Vaush leaves that intact. He never actually addresses that in any kind of way because he just coddles these fucking people. And what Vaush doesn't realize is maybe he has autism. Nothing wrong with that. But he's unable to realize sorry, there's shit in my throat. he's unable to realize that all he's actually communicating to his alt-right pipeline audience, and this is also 100% true for Destiny. This is true for Destiny and Vaush, by the way. They're somehow unable to realize that all they're doing is communicating to their audience, hey, you can preserve the same exact subjective stance, and you can preserve the exact same psychopathology that is neo-Nazism or whatever, but I'm going to teach you how to articulate that using different words so that you can disguise your inherently whatever neo-Nazi alt-right mentality with different words and kind of displace it to a completely different kind of ideological mapping, but which in objective reality translates into being the exact same thing. Like, if neo-Nazism is somehow based in this inherent disgust and revulsion toward, I guess, the subhumans, right? Then all you have to do is kind of transplant that into having a revulsion toward, how minority cultures are not as politically correct, right? And you see that in Destiny's community pretty often. Like, there's always this concept, oh, these black people are too politically incorrect. Oh, this is my chance to... It's like... And the thing is that... The issue is that the alt-right or Nazism, it's an unconscious thing. You can't just repackage it in a different way if you want to deconvert people. I'm not interested in deconverting people from anything. I'm interested in standing my fucking ground. And while I'm not a little bitch who believes in you have to censor people and you just have to dismiss people and not even debate people any kind of way, I do believe in something called, it's a manhood type of value. It's a masculine value called responsibility and accountability. That's what it is. So if you believe in responsibility and accountability, you're not here to coddle anyone. You're here to be a fucking man, just communicate your point. And, give people the benefit of the doubt, sure, but allow people to question and doubt their own, give people, here's the thing. Give people a new perspective. That's what I'm here to do. Like, there's a lot of neo-Nazis or whatever. Who knows what that even means anymore. I'm not coddling nobody. I'm laying down where I stand, and I'm also effectively communicating. Thank you so much, Destiny's Crack Dealer. I'm also effectively communicating an actually new idea. I'm making connections go off in people's head that they never did previously. But Vaush and Destiny don't do that. They don't actually inspire people to think about or inspire new associations in people's unconscious. They never do that. All they actually do is just convince people that their existing associations are better justified by liberalism, right? Destiny and Vaush are not teaching young alt-right or neo-Nazi, whatever you want to call them. They're not teaching them anything new. They're not exposing them to any new information. Like, I'm pretty sure, when Fauci said, everyone knows Fauci said, wear your fucking mask. Everyone knows what the blue checkmark people are saying. Everyone knows what the mainstream media is saying. Everyone's exposed to that by default because that's the thing you're like born being fed, right? And when people get radicalized in ways that make them distrustful of mainstream narratives, it's like they take on a new understanding that the establishment is unable to account for. So here comes Vaush or here comes Destiny to basically be like, okay, I will try to make sense of that for you by like re-assimilating it back into the mainstream ideology at the price of join my like little cult, join my DGG, join my VGG, whatever. So that kind of excess of, hey, I was exposed to this like extreme red pill shit, whatever. What Destiny and Vaush do is it's kind of a scam. They're like, okay, I will take your red pill away from you, but the price you pay is now you have to be attached to my cult. See, Vaush and Destiny, in terms of the content of their ideology, it's just what you'd see on CNN when you turn on the TV. In terms of the actual content, it's just what you see on TV. It's the form that's different, right? It's the fact that you have this community now. You have this way of coping with the obvious contradictions that the mainstream ideology and the mainstream establishment poses for people, right? And Vaush and Destiny are basically here to be like, listen, those contradictions, you know, those can be resolved as long as we just think about it in a different way, or as long as we just look at it in a different way. But that different way of looking at it intrinsically depends on having a parasocial relationship with their personalities. I mean, take Vaush, for example. Let's just be honest. Vaush is not a particularly charismatic person. He's not a particularly charming person. He's not a particularly interesting person. He's definitely not a good-looking person. So how has Vaush acquired such a strong and large cult following? Because when you expose an average person, a normal person of Vaush, they're just kind of look at that and they're going to be like, this is a fat, disgusting, grotesque, sloppy, monstrous Jabba the Hutt looking motherfucker. Like, why is this guy, why do people have this parasocial relationship with him? And then you realize the reason is because Vaush offers people a way of coping with their cognitive dissonance in the face of the obvious and indisputable contradictions that that exist within the mainstream blue pill ideology, right? And the price of being able to reconcile yourself with those obvious contradictions, like the fact that what CNN tells you on TV is obviously extremely disingenuous. The fact that what leftists are saying on Twitter, it's extremely like wrong and at odds with reality. So the only way you can avoid becoming an alt-right or right-wing extremist or whatever is if you kind of become part of the parasocial community of VGG or DGG. And that way, you know, that will be a coping mechanism with that cognitive dissonance. But those people are still radicalized. And to me, I don't see radicalization as just when you deviate from the status quo. I think there's also this other thing where you have a pathological kind of fixation that comes from just this immediate unhappy consciousness. You know, I know it's a loaded, a big word term, a lot of history, a lot of people don't understand it. Let's just call it the immediate cognitive dissonance you have when realizing that the blue pill world is full of shit. Puts your mind in a really uneasy state that lends you to having this kind of extremely pathological view that veers toward edginess and extremes. I think that, you know, when it comes to like radicalization in a way that's unhealthy, that I would consider unhealthy, I think that's what it is, right? Being unable to be reconciled. I can't really respect people who are like, okay, Destiny or Vaush, especially Destiny in this case, because he's even less extreme than Vaush when it comes to his politics. It's like, well, he provides like a really cool-headed and calm way of dealing with the world. Well, maybe he does, right? But his audience is not living in the same reality as the rest of the country. DGG does not live in the same reality as like the rest of America, normal, like ordinary people. Those people have created like an artificial world of delusion where they can like literally distort reality to be anything they want it to be, right? And the same is true for VGG. It's like it's such a niche, micro kind of thing. And you're saying, oh, doesn't this apply to your community too, Haas? And I don't think it does, because my community isn't as all-encompassing as theirs. I don't really have personal, like I don't have Mr. Girl, Lavloon. I don't have that kind of shit that goes on in IG. I'm very much a guy who turns on my fucking camera and starts yelling about North Korea, and then I fucking go to bed. We don't do this thing where we're encompassing so many different aspects of life. And by the way, I don't like, whenever I give personal advice about relationships and all that kind of shit, nobody sees this as an ideology. Everyone just sees it as Haas giving his personal opinion, right? So I think that's why it's different. I think VGG and DGG kind of do act as cults. And it's not because Vaush and Destiny are smart, especially not Vaush. Destiny that might have an inherent ability to just like have quick reflexes when it comes to his mouse. He's a StarCraft champion, whatever. I guess that's something. Vaush is like a plainly stupid, like irredeemably stupid fucking person. There is nothing about Vaush that is intelligent. He's not knowledgeable in any kind of way. He's not necessarily articulate in terms of his ability to quickly form logical responses to the arguments of his adversaries. All Vaush really has going for him is this kind of posturing pretense that he can diffuse the necessity of falling into the red pill pipeline. All he does is kind of offer this alternative, which, while not really addressing the underlying cause of the cognitive dissonance, displaces it in a way that just allows inherently, you know, troubled and disturbed people to articulate their cognitive dissonance in a disingenuous way. Vaush's community is made up of neo-Nazis who have learned all of the right kinds of words to say and all of the right kinds of narratives to adopt in order to disguise their underlying neo-Nazism. But the fundamental reality of like the hyper imperialist chauvinism and all that kind of stuff, I mean, that is still there, right? You look at Vaush's community, they still do have an extremely Nazi view of Russia, for example, of Iran, of the third world or whatever, the backward Muslims. Look at their response to the Qatar thing, right? And this is what leftists don't understand. I saw a lot of leftists on Twitter who were complaining about Vaush's kind of pandering to incels. Oh my God, Vaush, the reason people become MRAs and red pill is because they are trying to preserve their privilege. Well, no, they're both wrong. Both the ultra-leftists and Vaush are both wrong. The truth is that leftists cannot address, it's not that they're not doing it, it's that there is no way for leftists to successfully address the cognitive dissonance that inheres in a man confronted with the obvious bankruptcy of the establishment. There's no way for the left to address that. All you can really do is disguise it in new ways and in different ways, such that it still weds people to the establishment. And the crazy thing is that when you look at this in terms of objective reality and in the objective world, not just ideology, you can very easily see that if you become a neo-Nazi, you are still wedded to the establishment, right? If you become a Vaush supporter, you're still wedded to the establishment. So both of them have this way of pacifying the cognitive dissonance, freezing the cognitive dissonance in place, preserving the cognitive dissonance, turning it into a form of radicalization and extremism, or in the case of Vaush, simply replacing it with this parasocial relationship with Vaush. But I think only someone like me, and this is where I am going to toot my own fucking horn, just like I toot your mom's horn late at night. But I am going to toot my own horn and say, I think I'm different. I think I'm smarter. I think I do it better. I don't actually give in to the extremism that comes with the cognitive dissonance. I try to bring people to a point of resolving that cognitive dissonance. And if you're going to say, oh, Haas, you have a justice parasocial community, I don't. I don't think my community really gives that much of a fuck about my personal life. You guys don't. It's like, I brought Nadia on stream because she was over. She was here. And, you know, I didn't want her to sit around and do nothing, right? But, like, nobody cared. Nobody, like, pries into my life. Nobody gives a fuck, right? You guys are here for the meat and potatoes of what I actually offer. And I think, more importantly than calming or de-radicalizing people, I just allow you guys to think for yourselves. I allow you guys to articulate the necessary ability to actually, like, oh, how is Haas so smart? Because I teach you my craft. I teach you my fucking secret so you can be like me. That's what I fucking do. You want to be like Vaush, you can't, right? Because Vaush is this kind of person posturing that, oh my God, I'm an expert at debating. I'm just inherently more intelligent. He's not, right? But Vaush doesn't actually inspire people to understand theory, for example. Destiny, I don't know. I mean, what does Destiny teach people? I don't know, right? I don't really think they teach people anything, actually. I think they just put people's minds at ease, whereas I think I do the opposite. I don't think I de-radicalize people. That's the thing. I don't de-radicalize people. All I do is give you your own trouble, right? I bring your trouble back to you. You come here looking for an answer about your own cognitive dissonance, and I simply say, your cognitive dissonance is yours. So take responsibility for it. And that's ultimately my message. Take responsibility for your cognitive dissonance. Don't try to cope with it. Take responsibility for it with this insight, right? This new insight. That's what Marxism is. That's what Marxism-Leninism actually is. I think Vaush, when he's trying to say, Vaush basically is a bigger threat to the youth of this country. It gives him more significance that he has. Saying Vaush is worse for men than the libtard blue hair feminists on Twitter. The reason Vaush is worse for men is because Vaush actually tries to castrate men and teach them how to be soy cucks, which also turns them into creeps, by the way. Whereas these libtard whatever women on Twitter, they're not really interested in even dealing with men. So let them just be among themselves. You know what I mean? All these libtard feminists, they don't like address masculinity on Twitter. They address it when they're getting fucked offline by their Republican boyfriends. And that's the part of the story Vaush is not giving you. Of course, these libtard feminist blue hair women are not going to respect this idea of coddling men. Why? Because they're already getting fucked by these Republican toxic masculine men off camera and offline. So they go to Twitter when they're not dealing with masculinity, when they're not dealing with men. They do not go to Twitter to be exposed to masculinity, to even deal with the issue of masculinity. To do that, they actually go to real men in real life. This is what Vaush is not telling you. It's not that they're deliberately neglecting men's issues and men's needs. It's that they don't recognize social discourse or Twitter to be a place for that to be dealt with. And you know what? I agree with them. I don't actually think the internet is a fucking place to address the question of how to become a fucking man. The only thing you could do on the internet to inspire manhood in someone is to be so ruthlessly fucking cruel to them that they'll fucking realize that their manhood is gonna come offline. Don't fucking seek your manhood on the internet. Chat, don't seek your manhood in my soothing fucking words. You seek your fucking manhood when I tell you, you're a fucking little bitch, you're a lazy fuck, go out and make something of yourself. That's how you address men's issues. You don't fucking do it by giving them a coping pipe. That's for women. Women go on the fucking internet to talk about their issues and problems. Oh my God, I hate men. And then they're going and, they're getting their pussy devastated by, some fuckboy, right? That's the women kind of thing. That's the women kind of thing. That's what they do. Women go on the internet to whine and complain about men, but that doesn't actually mean they hate men. It just means they need to cope with the way real life men frustrate them. I don't respect feminists in the way Vaush does. That's the difference. I don't respect them. I'm not like, I don't want these people to be talking to young men and young whatever. I don't want them to. I don't want them to. I don't want these fucking Twitter libtard feminists to just try and give advice to young men. That would be a fucking disaster. That would be a calamity. I don't want them to fucking do that. And as far as the left is concerned, the issue is not that the left doesn't address men's issues. That is completely missing the point. The issue is that the left is inherently unappealing to a man's sentiments, to a man's psychology, to a man's psyche, right? A man is going to be inherently put off by leftism, not because, you know, that they're so intimidated, because they're so intimidated by the fact that, oh, men are not welcome in this space. Let me put it this way, right? When you see the most toxic motherfucker who has a Bugatti, he's got 20 bitches and a yacht, you think that makes most men feel accepted? You think most men... Thank you so much, PJ.
I think most feminists say what they say to look good to other women.
Who knows? Yeah, I think that's... Thank you so much, PJ. But a lot of it's bitterness, too. That's a real thing. But I'm trying to say, do you think when men look at Andrew Tate, they feel accepted? When they look at someone who has things they'll never see or be able to experience in their fucking life, you think when a man goes to Fight Club and everyone's getting the shit beaten out of them, you think that's a welcoming experience? It's not. It's not. Men don't want to feel welcomed or coddled. They don't want to feel accepted. They just want their manhood to be given sense. That's all they want. They just want things to make sense. They just want things to make sense. That's really what it fucking is. It's not about, are you caring for them? This whole paradigm of care, oh, we need to be caring. No, that's not what it fucking is. It's literally like, is this the truth? Or is this retarded libtard delusion? When a man looks at leftists and the shit they say, it's like an on and off button in their fucking head. It's not what these libtard feminists are saying. Oh, men are just trying to protect their privilege. It's not what Vaush is saying. Oh, men don't feel welcome enough. What it really is a man looks at that, he goes, yeah, that's like women retardation. Like, that's just stupid shit. That's not reality. It's like when you... It's like if you're a libtard hippie retard and then you go to jail and then you realize, oh my god, it's not rainbows and sunshine, really? It's like men have a certain sensibility about the world. That's just the truth, okay? It's like women don't care about truth, they care about feelings. They don't actually care about like what is actually fucking true. Like, put it this way. Look at that female judge who demanded Alex Jones pays like $1 trillion. You think she did that with any consideration about the plausibility of that number? No, she did that because, oh, my feelings are going in the millions and billions and trillions right now. My feelings, $1 gazillion. That's how women think. Women measure reality based on their feelings. Men measure their feelings based on reality. That is. Quote it. It's the smartest thing I ever said. Smartest shit I ever said. Women measure reality based on their feelings. Men measure their feelings based on reality. Oh, wow. Okay, let's go. That's just off the dome, right? That's literally how it is. If you want leftism to be appealing to men, leftism is what has to be destroyed, because leftism is not based in reality. That's why it's not appealing to men. Men don't find leftism appealing because it's not based in reality. It's based in bullshit. It's cringe and it's delusion. Men care about what's real. They care about what's real. That's what I'm tweeting this shit. I'll tweet it tomorrow. Fuck it. Should I tweet it? I'll tweet it. Why leftism is female. Nah, I'm not gonna tweet it. Did I tweet it? All right, I'll tweet it. Fuck it. Based! 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 All right. Tweeted it. All right, anyway. Look. That was such a banger quote, honestly. But that's really what it is. Leftism is never going to be something that is going to be appealing to young men. Based. Thank you so much, Alexander. Appreciate it.
The carpet is so based.
Let me put it in another way. I'm gonna explain this to you in another way, right? Because it's crazy. It's gonna be in a way that's less controversial. It's not just that leftism is delusional. It's that leftism is activistic. Leftism is basically saying reality should be this way. This is how things should be. This is how I want reality to be, based on how I feel or based on my sentiment. But what about how reality actually is, right? That's what men care about. Men don't care about how reality should be, because morality, even something like morality, at least from a masculine standpoint, is ultimately based on just objective necessity of real reality, right? Like, when a man says, hey, that vase should be on that shelf, what they really mean to say is that this is the proper objective place of that vase. But when a woman says, that vase should be on that shelf, what they mean to say is that some kind of injustice or transgression has occurred that has put their feelings and their sentiment at odds with reality. So it's a completely different understanding of reality. And if women want to say, I don't think that, I don't give a fuck, right? As far as leftism is concerned, it's based on that female bullshit. That's what it's fucking based on, right? Men don't want to also have to give up. Put it this way, right? If you are going to be an activist, don't you have to kind of surrender your sovereignty as a person to some institution, to some collective, to some hive mind? Think about it. Like, okay, you want to be an activist who thinks reality should be some other way. Well, what does that have to do with me? And by the way, I'm going to put it in different terms. When leftists say they want reality, that this should be a different way, What they're really saying is not that this implies anything about reality. What they're really trying to give expression to is just the pure negativity of the injustice. Like, what they're really just saying is things should be this way, aka things are not what they're supposed to be. And that, for them, is the objective truth. The injustice itself is the objective truth. It's just not a masculine state of mind, right? Thank you so much, PJ.
Women are used to there will be enacted by their men. Since they don't really have husbands anymore, their man is the government.
Yeah, that is kind of a thing. That is kind of a thing. But thank you so much, PJ. But that's kind of really what we're getting at here is it's that, right? It's like for leftists, the implication is just that injustice is the ontological fact of being. Injustice is an ontological fact of being itself. That's the point of leftism. But the masculine state of mind says that there is a state of being that is just irreducible to your feeling of betrayal or disappointment. Like, it's not about how you feel. It's about the external thing. It's not about your inner feeling. It's about the thing itself, right? And I can go into psychoanalysis and Lacanian psychoanalysis and explain how this relates to the phallic function and so on, the function of signifiers. I could do that, but I don't. It's going to be too hard to explain to you. So you just trust that I know what I'm fucking talking about. And even more than that, even more than just trust that I know what the fuck I'm talking about, really just think about it, whether it makes sense or not, right? Doesn't it make sense, what I'm saying? That men are concerned more with external fact? This also can be reflected in men's humor. And this is something I noticed since I was in middle school. When I was in middle school and I would try to make young women or girls or whatever laugh for the first time in my life, I would try to like make them laugh in the same way that I would make my friends laugh, right? And the way I would do that is just like, I'd be like, I would like a picture of like a 500-pound, a picture of like a monstrously 5,000-pound dude. We all find that funny. If you are in middle school and you're like, yo, my dick is 20 feet tall, all the boys laugh at that. But women do not find that funny. Women do not find the form of humor which is based in an exaggeration, an extreme deviation and exaggeration within reality. They don't find that funny. We do find it funny. We find it funny when there's something wrong in reality. We find that funny. Women don't find that funny. Their humor is completely different, right? It's totally, totally different. They're more likely to laugh at. Thank you so much, East. Appreciate you.
Fix the thumbnail. It puts man on top of Vaush and soy on top of you.
Who gives a fuck, man? Really? I think it's self-evident who's who, but I guess I'll do it. But man versus soy sounds better. Should I really do that? I don't know. I feel like it makes more sense the way I have it. Thank you so much, Yeast. Appreciate you. All right, I guess I'll just fucking do it. Fuck it. I guess I'll just fucking do that. All right, I did it. It was that easy. Yeah, man versus soy is better. Thumbnails, I don't give a fuck, dude. There's nothing you can do on the internet that's not going to be bad optics. There's nothing. Literally nothing you can do. How come my tweet hasn't, like, triggered the fuck out of people? It literally hasn't. Alright. Back to what I was talking about. No, I need Twitter blue is the fucking problem. Anyway. Your Twitter doesn't come up when you search it? Yeah. Well, this is what I was trying to say, basically, is that Vaush's entire premise is wrong. The view that leftists don't address men's issues is itself stupid. And also, I want to show you something just fucking ridiculous that you're going to just see from Vaush's channel. And you'll see exactly how much Vaush is, like, detached from reality when it comes to this issue. So this is Vaush's way of trying to relate to young men. Ready? Look at this. Now, regardless of what you think about Andrew Tate, I don't think he's a saint or whatever, right? I don't particularly care that much about the issue. But regardless of what you think about Andrew Tate, this is just the biggest cope I've ever fucking seen. He said, I'm pretty sure Andrew Tate is gay, also a virgin. Okay, I have to explain to Vaush how the allegation of Andrew... This is when I realized it's like, Vaush, BGG is so detached from reality that they literally will convince themselves that a man like Andrew Tate is actually a virgin. And they'll believe it. Now, I used to be baffled by this level of delusion when it was leveled against me. They're like, oh my God, Hans, you're a virgin, you're a virgin. I was just like baffled. I was like, how do they contrive reality in this way so artificially? But it did kind of bother me only for the fact that it's like, well, at the end of the day, no one really knows who I am. So you could pretty much like make up whatever the fuck you want about me. I'm not like big enough to defend myself on social media. Right? And that's what bothered me. So I started to like kind of get bothered by the fact that my image on the internet is always going to be at the mercy of people who are just against me. And there's nothing, whether it reflects who I really am or not. And you guys remember when that used to bother, that was like when I was on Twitch early. It's like, that shit bothered me, kind of got to my head. But then over time, I started to realize it's like, these people call Andrew Tate a virgin. This has nothing to, they don't have the ability to control anyone's image. Because they're so detached from actual reality that they call Andrew Tate a fucking virgin. Dude, I'm sorry. This is just like... Yeah, this is like extremely... I don't care if you say he has a feminine relation to women. You can critique Andrew Tate all you want. But if you start calling him a virgin, like... Dude, you are... just shut the fuck up. You are like an idiot. If you call him a virgin, what is this cope, dude? Vaush is the guy who fucks. That's what they're trying to tell us. The real guy who fucks is Vaush. This guy is a virgin. This is the guy who really gets pussy. Now, I get why people might have believed it about me. Like, oh yeah, Hans is a virgin. Because at the end of the day, I'm kind of like a super fringe, you know, crazy guy on the internet who doesn't have a huge following. You don't know much about me. So I can forgive that. I can't forgive retards who will buy into this copium slop that this is the guy who gets no pussy and that this guy gets all the pussy in the world. Like, yeah, Vaush is just a fucking expert on getting pussy. Like, he's just a fucking expert, really. I'm sorry, you're not living in reality. You're just not living in reality. So Andrew Tate is a virgin. I mean, where is this coming from?
Abusing women. They're fine with it. They want to rape. People who like Andrew Tate want to rape. It's
Yeah, I don't even know what the context is here, but he's saying other people want to rape. Vaush, haven't you admitted to having rape fantasies on Discord? Am I wrong about that? Didn't he have actual rape fantasies on Discord? Didn't he actually have real rape fantasies on Discord?
It's not like that. So you can talk about that, sure. But like broadly, it just makes you a giant cuck. I mean, leaving aside the fact that Andrew Tate's mouth and lips are literally biologically designed for cock, you know, so you can lean on that if you want. Just speaking broadly, this is just such massive beta behavior. What they're basically saying is they don't want or care about anything. All of their desires are completely ephemeral, and they all exist.
Really start to make money and
Use their power to, yeah, well, on him having a good.
I don't get how this is like the figurehead of toxic masculinity on the left. So according to Twitter, Vaush is like a bro on the left. So this is how horrible, this is how fucked up the left is, guys. On the American left, this is what's considered masculine and bro-like. That is how estrogen-filled, that is how estrogenic and low-T the American left is. That is how fucking estrogenic and low-T the American left is. And that, to me, is baffling. That is just fucking baffling, right? That's like fucking crazy. I find that insane. I find that insane. Vaush is too masculine for the American left. Okay! Okay, we get it! The left is some female bullshit. I already knew that. Leftism is just some retarded female shit. It's just some retarded female shit. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, this is the guy who will, by the way, never debate me. And before Vaush wants to say some bullshit like, oh yeah, Hans, I'm not gonna debate you, Hans. What are you gonna say, Vaush? You know what, honestly? I should be the figurehead for men's issues. I should be I am the figurehead. I am the figurehead. You don't believe, y'all don't believe this shit. You don't believe this shit. There's nobody who will give you better advice. No one will give you better advice than me. The one exception, maybe, well, Zerka. Zerka will, we give different advice. Zerka will give you good advice. I can say Zerka does give good advice. Zerka's very wise. Okay, he's very, very wise. A lot of shit that I thought Zerka, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, oh, okay. Zerka's got about a year or two on me, okay, in terms of wisdom. So Zerka has wisdom. But he doesn't always express it in the best way. So if you are a politicel and you need advice, I am the best person to... You don't know how many people call me up and ask me for fucking advice on shit. When it comes to women, when it comes to bitches, all that kind of shit. And me, right now, I actually have a girlfriend right now. I'm not sleeping around. I'm not doing that crazy shit. I actually have one girlfriend right now. So, but I have experience, okay? I have experience. I know how shit works. I know how shit works, all right? I know how shit works. The best advice will come from a guy with a wife and kids. Not fucking true. If you have a wife and kids, you're out of the game for years, okay? If you have a wife and kids, you are out of the game for years. Don't give me that dumb cope. Young men who are unmarried and single who need advice, don't be going to someone who's got a fucking wife and kids. What do you have forgotten what game is if you have a wife and kids? Unless you're cheating on the side, then I guess you got some good advice. But if you just have a wife and kids, you're not cheating, you're not doing all that shit, sorry, but you have, what are you gonna offer? Nothing. But here's one of my pieces of advice. One of my most important pieces of advice. I'm gonna give it to you right now. First things first. Women don't give a fuck about looks except masculine features. Just masculine features. Other than that, take care. They don't care about looks. They care about the idea that you take care of yourself and that you have taste. Logo is right on this shit as well. Logo said women are not sexually visual. That is so fucking true. That's another factual thing. See, you can be a fucking disgusting slob and still make women go crazy. You can make them lose their minds. And this is the tragic thing. This is what's so tragic. Most men do not know how to wield the power of the force. So women are not used to men who are experienced like that. And the sad thing is that women are very vulnerable. That's why I don't like what Andrew Tate did, because he used that power of the force to manipulate women, make them fall in love with him so that he could put them on OnlyFans. I think that's fucked up. I don't believe in that. I'm just saying, like, you think women, see, look, everyone hates women until you understand them. Once you understand the nature of women, you don't hate them anymore. You're just kind of like, they're kind of innocent, they're kind of naive in a lot of ways. They're kind of just really naive and innocent in a lot of ways. It's just that they're so different from you that you mistake in the way they disappoint you with some kind of sinister cunning. They're not cunning. Women are not cunning. They're like very easy to make extremely vulnerable and disarmed to you. So they're not like cunning. I've never heard of a cunning woman. Every evil woman ever is just some messy bitch. It's just I've never heard of a cunning woman. They're not cunning. They're messy, because even when they're planning shit behind the scenes, they have their wine and it's shaking with anger. They're like they're never actually truly cunning like a man is. Only a man can be silently cunning, right? Only a man can be... No, Cleopatra was not cunning, because every time she was planning shit, she has that glass of wine. They're shaking. Trust me, they're shaking. They're always shaking. Okay? They're always shaking. They're never just actually cunning. They're always shaking. Okay? But my advice to you, here's my advice when it comes to women. I'm going to give advice to young men right now. When it comes to women, if you can't finish 5-minute doggy, you have to realize, if you can finish 5-minute doggy, nature will naturally give you the game necessary to woo the woman. When you're unable to woo the woman, that's nature's way of telling you you will have erectile dysfunction with her, and you will never finish at all. But when you have the ability to do 5-minute doggy. Nature will carry you. Thank you so much, PJ. Appreciate
They
you.
aren't cunning, but they are incisively judgmental.
PJ. A lot of dudes, I'm going to give you more advice. A lot of dudes don't care about ass because they're lying to themselves. Men, naturally, biologically, the most important thing about a woman is ass. It's not face. It's nothing like that. It's ass. That's the most important thing. It's obviously body shape. It's that hourglass, small waist, fat ass figure, right? Hips and ass, but ass, all right? And you may say you don't care about it, but you see how long it takes to finish with somebody with no ass versus when she got the bunda. You know what I mean? As the British call it. See the difference. See the difference. There will be a difference because your body knows about the difference. Your mind may be blind to reality, but your instinct, your body, your heart knows what it wants. And that is just a fact. All right? That's just a fact. So many problems can be solved if a man just is conscious. I want to create, and thank you so much, Tristan.
Wise words.
The word I want to give to young men, this is the young men lesson today. It's called ass consciousness. I want men to start being ass conscious. A lot of dudes, I've woken dudes up. Jackson used to lack ass consciousness. I woke him up. I opened his eyes. And I started pointing out the women he sent me on Insta. I'd be like, she ain't got nothing. He'd be like, huh? And he started to realize what I was talking about. It's called ass consciousness. Ass consciousness. Many men are sleeping. They are not aware. They're not aware of instinct. Thank you so much, old man of the woods.
I thought for a second Hillary Clinton, but I don't think she's actually human.
All right. Boo Boy W. All right, listen, you are just a child. If you prefer tits over ass, you are just in a child state mentality where you just, you are not even a man, and you're not in the point where you just actually want it. You just are chasing dreams and illusions. You're a dream chaser. You're not a pussy chaser. You're a dream chaser. A man who wants pussy prefers ass. A man who's living in dream world prefers tits. That's the difference. And I'm not going to explain. I'm not explaining shit, by the way. I'm not explaining nothing. I'm just telling you how it really is. A lot of dudes don't really want or even need pussy. You want to know why some dudes have zero standards? You want to know why some dudes have zero standards? Because they're ass conscious. They're like, okay, this bitch is 600 pounds. It's all I can get, whatever. That's all I can get. I guess I'll settle. I'm not one of those dudes. But when you're like out with your boys and you see them take home these Jabba the Hutt big behemoth whales, you gotta realize, it's just cause it's just, you know what I mean? It's like, it's one of those, I can't explain it, man. I wouldn't do that, but if I was desperate, I don't know. I don't think I would do that though. But if I was desperate, I'd be like, okay, right? 600 pounds. Oh, man. I mean, that's mega fun. Oh, man, that's degenerate. Fuck that. This is just most disgusting, degenerate, filthy shit. I will never be Andrew Tate. I'm not going to do this shit with you guys. This is filthy. This is degenerate. This is disgusting. This is, you know what? Fuck this, man. I don't believe in this fucking filth What is this, man? I was like, come on, man. I'm trying to rebrand. And you guys are taking me down this rabbit hole where we're saying this satanic, nasty shit, man. Fuck this shit, man. I'm going to give you some real advice now, all right? Here's my real advice. No, you know what? This is some real fucking advice. Holy shit. And I was thinking about this earlier today. My advice is, in all honesty, yeah, it's just the jokes. It's all just jokes. Unironically, it's just jokes. But in all honesty, seriousness, I'm going to give you some first advice I want to give you, right? Sex is evil when it's public. And that is something very hard to wrap around an American mind. But the basic idea is that the same exact thing can be completely different based on whether it's private or it's public. Now, sex is not inherently evil when it's private with someone you trust and someone who you have some connection to. It's not evil inherently, especially if you're married. It's obviously marriage is the most important thing. There's a reason for that. It's not evil. But when you start bringing it in public, either in the form of talking about it, representing it with images, or, you know, anything like that, it takes on an extremely evil character. And I'll give you another example that I love to use, which is when you have to take a shit. Now, when you're sitting on your toilet and you're taking a megaton dump, there's nothing inherently evil or bad about that, right? But if I was on stream and I took a dump in my hand and started smearing it all over the camera, that would be extremely sinister, nefarious, just satanic, demonic, and evil, right? And there's a reason for that. And I think sex is the same fucking way. And I think a lot of people find that to be hypocritical somehow, or find that to be somehow weak, or somehow repressive. But I find that difference to be constitutive of our very humanity. I think if we can't acknowledge that difference, we're not human anymore. And I think it's extremely unhealthy psychologically to commingle the sphere of the public with the private when it comes to sexuality. I think it's just extremely devastating from a psychological perspective for any human being, probably man or woman, honestly. It's just it's like a devastatingly unhealthy, horrible thing to do. And why that is I just think it's not just that it's the most intimate thing you can do, is I do think there's ontological stakes. When I agree with Zizek in the Ljubljana School of Psychoanalysis, who say that sex is ontology. Like, there's an ontological primacy to sex. Sex is the point at which we as human beings relate to the ontological absolute in the physical sense. Like, physically speaking, when our bodies are most related to what is ontologically absolute, it's during sex. Sex is the point where we are biologically unfinished. And in man, that's an excess, and in women, it's a lack, right? You get what I'm saying when it comes to that. But no human being just has nothing. There's no human being who is just a complete human being. You've either got too much of that or you are lacking it. But it's an imbalance. And sex is where the drive corresponding to that imbalance acquires concrete determination. So, what I would basically say, talking about sex as a physical act or sexuality in general, I think sex as a physical act is the culmination of sexuality. It's like, that is what sexuality really is. Um, now, what was I gonna say? I think there's something also to it there when it comes to like the, let's call it the metaphysical skepticism of relationships, where it's just like, is this just about sex? Are you just with me? Thank you so much, PJ.
So then, would you say sex fractures God into gods, and is related to paganism in that way?
No, I don't think sex does that. No, I don't. Anyway, what I was trying to say is that like this whole thing of like, oh, are you, do you just want me because you want to fuck? Like that's the suspicion women always have. Like, oh, you just want me to fuck, or like, men, it might be the same. Oh, you just with me because I got a 20-inch dick or some shit. I don't know. But there's always that kind of thing where it's just like, if someone was more attractive who came along, would you, do you desire to be with them instead? Is all of this just based on some contingent, purely visceral, like, drive that has nothing to do with morality? And I think that's why sex has to be fundamentally a private thing. Because it is actually irreconcilable with the public sphere of morals and morality. And there's no way to control that. It's just once you have it as something sacred and private, you can deal and put aside all of those demons in one place instead of just having them be everywhere all the time. Anyway, let's continue this.
Yep. He's a rapist. He has 4 secret kids. I'm committing to the bit. They're all adopted.
So Vaush is also a pathological liar. He just does this thing where he just like, it's like Destiny is a liar, but in a different way. Destiny's like disingenuous in the way that he'll like, Destiny spins things in certain ways, right? But Vaush actually just fundamentally lies. Vaush is a guy who will just be like, straight up say shit that is just like actual misinformation, like factually wrong, like no room for, you know, like for example, Destiny will say some shit like, oh my god, Haas, you're insecure about your ears. Well, is that factually wrong? Well, it's ambiguous. It's like, how do you know that, right? He's claiming that, but he hasn't proved that. But because his audience respects him, I guess, so much, they will just feed into that narrative. And then, like, if I'm doing this on stream, they'll be on DG like, oh my god, Haas touched his ear because he's insecure about it. And, like, suddenly, you change every aspect of what a person is. And you transform everything a person does according to the confirmation bias of what Destiny said. And like it can actually completely distort reality for that specific community. But Vaush is more, I'm not saying Destiny's morally better than Vaush. I don't think he is. I just think he's a little smarter. I think Vaush is just genuinely like a stupid fucking person. It's called wish casting. Is that a thing? Wish casting. The act of interpreting information or situation in a way that casts it as favorable or desired. Oh, I guess that's wish casting. Yeah. Yeah, it's very similar to what they do to China. China's always collapsing. The shit Destiny does to me is like, it's pretty much like what State Department propaganda does to like rogue authoritarian countries. It's like the same thing. But Vaush is just a stupid. He's just like far, far more stupid than Destiny. Because what he will do is he'll just like straight up fabricate lies that have no basis in reality at all. And no one will decide to like fact check it at all in his community, because they're just like fundamentally unconcerned with objective truth. Because again, the left is based on molding reality according to your feelings. There's not even a pretense that like, hey, maybe there's a contradiction between those two things, right?
Do believe in an ideology that calls for suppressing others, suppressing women in particular. And so that's something we should think about here.
I don't believe that. I don't really think people gravitate towards reactionary ideologies because they like suppressing others. I think that's kind of reductive. I think that people have very strong fear and anxiety responses that get preyed upon by reactionary movements. And because if this was the case, misogynists would not have to constantly promote their ideology through the promotion of anxiety. And the fact that they have to go through...
Okay, so let's go to this.
The idea was that the primal sexual wiles of the black man would lead them to either rape or...
Why would you say that shit? What does he even say?
Joel, okay? I'm putting on... Watch this...
The young men.
So this was the original tweet that prompted this response stream. And it was a guy named Sid who said, the reason young men flock to the alt-right MRA movements because the left gives brain-dead advice to young men. We need to be more compassionate to them for our own sake. This is just fundamentally wrong. The reason young men flock to this stuff is not because of the advice leftists give. It's because they actually believe this is truth and that this is false. It has nothing to do with advice, but the content of their ability to relate to the world and actually make sense of the world that's around them. That is a very, very different thing, okay? One is based on your ability to relate to people's feelings. The other is an ability to relate to people's ability to measure the connection between their senses and the world around them. Those are two very different things. Like, it's not about soothing people or being compassionate. It's about persuading people that you're correct. You're objectively correct. Objectivity is a masculine and it's an inherently masculine thing because it's based on patriarchal authority. When the big boss says this is the truth, that's the fucking truth. And you shut your fucking mouth because that's it's the truth of the symbolic the master signifier, basically. It's the truth of... It's a hierarchical truth, right? And that's how men understand reality. In a hierarchical and patriarchal way. Like, this is, right? Put your foot down. This is how it is, right? That's what it is. It's not about how compassionate you are, how fucking, empathetic you are. So, this is just brain dead advice.
We need to be more compassionate to them for our own sake.
Okay. I want to be clear about...
I'll give you another example of just derangement, I guess, in general. This is fun. I miss doing this. So here's my tweet. It's 2 sentences. It's just 2 sentences. Women measure reality based on their feelings. Men measure their feelings based on reality. It is a 2-sentence tweet. Okay? And then look at this. This little clique of cockroaches stand shoulder to shoulder with a sex trafficker and their gender politics coincide with Nazi ideology. The Patsy Coalition deserves nothing more than scorn and hate. The entire party should break the neck of anyone who tramples on the defense of women's rights. All of this stuff, all about this stuff, women's rights, Nazi ideology, a sex trafficker, scorn and hate, all of this based on these two sentences, which is just claiming that men and women relate to reality and their feelings differently. All of that from this... I didn't say or imply any... I didn't say women shouldn't be allowed to vote, although I do wonder about that. But I didn't say like, you know, women shouldn't be able to have literacy. I think that's, you know, what did Hoxha mean by women's rights? Can we let's check Albania's Hoxha Albania women's rights, because so let's just, I guess we just look on, we'll do the Reddit thing. I mean, so we'll do the Vaush thing in the spirit of Vaush. We'll just go on Wikipedia. Just for like a major achievement of Hoxha was the advancement of women's rights. Albania had a patriarchal country in Europe. The ancient code said a woman is known as a sack made to endure as long as she lives in her husband's house. They weren't allowed to inherit anything from their parents, and discrimination was made even in the case of the murder of pregnant women. Thank you, Mom Bello.
Also, you should buy Twitter Blue for $8. It expands your reach and gives you priority on Twitter support.
Thank you, Mom Bello, but I cannot buy it at the moment. All right, my account is still being restored. So I have to explain people what women's rights means in the context of Hoxha's Albania. In the context of Enver Hoxha's Albania, women's rights mean, you know, murder is going to be something treated equally between men and women. It means things like, yeah, women are not just a sack of potatoes anymore. It means women will not be treated as cattle to be sold as property. It means women will be allowed to get an education and allowed to have jobs. It doesn't mean that women have the right to not hear things about the differences between men and women that upset their feelings. That's not what women's rights in Albania means, okay? Women's rights in Albania means like, yeah, we're not going to have your genitals mutilated when you're like a child anymore. And we're not going to like sell you for a sack of potatoes when you're 7 years old. That's what women's rights meant in communist Albania. It didn't fucking mean you have the right to not hear shit about how men and women are different. That's not what it fucking meant. It didn't mean that. Now, as for this shit about a sex trafficker, you know, I am upset about this. And I take it personally because before I knew who Andrew Tate was, I was saying this. So if you think this is some kind of signal to Andrew Tate, you're a fucking lying bitch. And I am calling you as a woman. You are a bitch. That's what I'm calling you. How fucking dare you deny that my misogyny is much older than Andrew Tate? How dare you try to deprive me of credit for my own fucking misogyny, you bitch? I was saying this shit way before Andrew Tate was ever a fucking thing, at least as far as when I fucking came across him. So shut the fuck up, you dumb bitch, and stop trying to fucking... Oh, no, what about incel Haas? Wasn't I always the incel, bitch? Trying to take away my fucking credit? Trying to take away my credit? Like, what a stupid thing to say. One quote tweet. I'm liking that. I guess your judgment is based on your feelings. Again, this is just like, I don't really talk to women politically anymore on Twitter. I'm not doing that. Sorry. I'm just like, if you want to, I'm not going to argue with women anymore. I'm just not. They're just like, there's no point. Why would you ever argue with women about politics? It's fucking stupid and it's a waste of time. You should never do that. You and Hinkle are trying so hard to win over Andrew Tate fans. All over 2 sentences. I just have 2 sentences. Just 2 sentences. It's just all it was. It was just 2 sentences at 10:40 p.m. This is like almost an hour ago. Holy shit. Yeah, is a man not entitled to the fruits of his own fucking misogyny? Now, and Andrew Tate is going to take responsibility for shit? What is this? What is this? This is nonsense. You know what I'm hoping for? I'm hoping I get like a super viral Jackson level quote tweet, like 100 and 200,000 like ratio. I want to get ratioed like 200,000 likes. That will propel me to this. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my god, oh my god, man, if I can go viral from this kind of shit, that would be fucking great.
Something, by the way, and I understand that Twitter doesn't give a lot of room for nuance. I agree with this tweet. I want to add to it. Okay? I want to flush it out a little bit. So, my issue with the left isn't so much that they give brain dead advice. It's more like the left doesn't care to give much of any advice to young men.
Because they can't, you dumb fuck. What advice could leftists give to men? Based on what? Because men know that whatever advice they're getting from leftists isn't actually based on objective reality. It's based on whatever contrived agenda that's inherently social leftists are trying to push forward and push through. Why would anyone trust the advice coming from leftists when they know that this advice also has to be attached to some kind of collective or social commitment to justice and morality? Why would anyone trust that kind of advice? If you're trying to make money, who are you going to get your fucking advice from? Someone who's preaching and like, oh yeah, get your money ethically. No. Or someone who's like, hey, I can give you some dirty, quick, easy fucking money. You got to break all the rules and shit. And it's a dog-eat-dog world, but I'm going to show you how to make money. And this is really how you make it. And this is how everyone else makes it too. Who are you going to take your advice from, right? It's actually as simple as that. Who needs that kind of fucking advice?
Specific to issues that matter to young men. It may seem kind of like trivial, but I'm talking about like masculinity, dating, that kind of stuff.
I want proof that Vaush has gotten a single guy, has helped a single guy get pussy. If Vaush's advice has helped even one guy get pussy, I will change a lot of my worldview about, just a single dude. Has Vaush helped a single dude get pussy? Ever. Just a single guy. One guy. All you need to do is show me one guy who's got a girlfriend based on Vaush's advice.
Stuff like that is
Vaush, what is masculine about you? I don't get it. I don't get it. What is masculine about this? I don't fucking understand it, right? What is masculine about Vaush?
Really important to young men. If that like bothers you, if it's frustrating that young guys are kind of like fixated on that, I'm sorry, that's literally just life, okay? And the left just doesn't see these issues as worthwhile, which is a bit frustrating because like there are experiences with like femininity and like youth, like for girls or whatever, that the left seems to care a little bit more about because it gets under discussed broadly. But what you have to understand is that if you want to sell an ideology, you can't only talk about the stuff that other parts of society aren't willing to talk about. You have to give a holistic social theory. That means you have to talk about everything. Even if
What? This is exactly what the fucking feminists do. Though, and that does not make it appealing to men that they're talking. The feminists are the ones who are like, water bottles are patriarchal, everything's interconnected. Socks are a patriarchy, whatever. Like, that's what they already fucking do. It doesn't.
every other group in the world has their own opinions on masculinity and like men's dating advice or whatever, you also have to put up for that. You can't just go, oh, well, we want to talk about issues with women or black people, because the left will not succeed if it only contains women or black people. It needs everyone. Everyone needs to work together to liberate society from bad stuff. And I don't think it's so much about compassion. I think it's more about disregard. But no, okay, yeah, I just want to clarify there. Okay.
So this tweet is going wild on my Twitter right now, personally. Like, a lot of people hate it. Some people really, really like it. Vaush is into it, whatever. Personally, the
That's me.
tweet doesn't really make me mad at all, because I think the outcome it describes is good. It's good to be compassionate to men. And if the left can do a better job of that,
I don't want to give compassion to men. I want men to be exposed to the harshness of the world. You think men in the fucking Red Army were given compassion? Huh? You think in the fucking Red Army they were given compassion? No, that's not what a fucking man needs. A man needs... Yeah, I'm gonna say some crazy shit. A man don't even need compassion from his woman. The minute your girl is starting to cope for you, you're losing. You're dropping the ball. You're losing you're losing the thing that makes her attracted to you. All a man really needs when it comes to warmth. Thank you so much, PJ.
Compassion is an insult to men.
See, do men need a woman to physically take care of them and, like, whatever, be physically with them? Like, I'm not just talking about sex, but, like, all that gay shit that men and women do, cuddling and all that stuff. Do men need that? Probably, yeah. Do men need to hug their mom? Yeah, they do. But men do not need an intentional act of copium compassion where they're being told things to make them feel good. Men do not need to hear things that make them feel good. Period. All men need is you need that from your woman, but not the verbal thing. You need the physical healing that a woman will give you. But it's just purely physical. It's not verbal. It's not a form of cope. It's not like an ideology,
then that's great.
Oh my god. Oh, I fucking love Joel, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. Right off the bat, like
that's putting your woman in the mother role, which is cringe. Yeah, it is.
Simple acknowledgement that, hey, doing better at things and being nice is good. Oh, thank God. More than I normally get in this discourse. Thank you.
How about everyone needs to stop being a pussy? For real. Dude, I am a dude who's gotten attacked more than anyone. Have I ever asked for compassion from anyone? How many times have I gotten attacked? You want to know why it doesn't get to me? Because I'm not a pussy. I'm not a little bitch. There's nobody who's been more... Bro, they literally try MK Ultra psychological warfare against me to break me down. And it's not even a small speck. It's not even a little... It's not even... It's like bouncing off of me like it's nothing. And they're saying, oh, we need to be compassionate. Why don't you see me as a role model? If the going gets tough for you, man the fuck up. Period. That's what I would tell you.
Yeah, the recurring line so often with this talk is like, you want to be more sympathetic? Oh, that means you want to be sympathetic to incel ideology. I'm not sympathetic to incel ideology. I'm sympathetic to the horrible feelings that guys have that make them think incels have a point.
Um this is just, listen. Vaush is trying to blind you from the truth. He's trying to blind you from the truth, okay? The truth is that incels are more correct than even... Incels are coping. It's much worse than incels think. Incels are the ones who are coping. Incelism is a cope for the real black pill. That's the truth. All the shit incels say. Thank you so much, Mom Bell.
Women on contraceptions aren't attracted to masculine features, though.
Yeah, they are. All women are if you are actually a guy with game. If you're like... Bro, it's like... Can I be honest about something? I kind of feel like it's arbitrary. Like, I kind of feel like it's just arbitrary. Honestly. So if women are gonna go out and, you know, if women are gonna go out and find a man, you just gotta be the man. And how do you be the man? Is just you gotta be the man. Thank you so much, Serve.
Join the dark side. Become
There's
infracel.
two ways. There's two ways of getting women. The first way is the matriarchal form. That's like when women just go out and they're just like, I want to fuck. And they'll just like, the first guy that comes to them who's minimally competent is taking her home. That's just like the matriarchal way dudes fight. That's just the it's just like, it's all based on randomness. The second way is game, where you actually like convince a woman who would otherwise never give you a chance. You like say all of the right things, you angle it all in the right ways. It's almost a form of manipulation, kind of. Think about it. And then like that's how you get it, right? Those are the two ways. There's only two ways. Yeah, Riz. It's like the way of Riz or the way of the hoe. There's two ways. The way of the hoe or the way of Riz. And the way of Riz is the correct one. The way of the Riz is the ancient traditionalist one. I'm going to tell you why. Thank you so much, Monbello.
Look up what women say about masculine features after getting off BC. It's crazy. BC is why women like Destiny can get girls.
No, Bombello. Don't listen to what women say. Nothing they say is reflects reality. They rarely ever accurately say anything true about how they feel. Anyway, what I was saying is the way of Riz, that's called courtship. The way of Riz is the Middle Eastern way. Like the way of Riz is like every woman is arrogant, stuck up, and even, you know, even mean to men. And then men just work, and then courtship And it's like, that's how the attraction is built, right? And then you get married. It's just like Riz. It's like courtship. The matriarchal path, which is called the way of the hoe, that's just bitches being hoes. They're just going out and like, woo, I'm gonna fuck tonight. And okay, well, she's got 942 bodies. Good luck. She's got 942 bodies. Good luck. I mean, you may be the lucky guy that night and she'll choose you, but you realize it was just arbitrary. Like, there's not because you were actually proved your manhood. It was just because girls wanna just have fun. Whoa, girls just wanna have fun. That's what it is, right?
And those are two totally different things, you know? I'm not sympathetic to like believing Mexicans are stealing your jobs. That's dumb as I am sympathetic to a guy in the working class who is 24/7 like subjected to Fox News propaganda about Mexicans stealing their jobs, and this guy can barely afford to pay his mortgage. And the racism, while still a problem, is a manifestation of scapegoating from economic issues. I'm sympathetic to that. I'm sympathetic.
Hey, Vaush, how many of those people do you manage to reach? Because I doubt you can really reach any of those kinds of people.
Sympathetic to like the pre-existing conditions there, you know, and you should be able to speak to that. Like, you don't have to adopt racism in order to.
All right, Mom Bella wants us to look some shit up. I'm looking it up right now. Not attracted to my boyfriend after getting off birth control. This is crazy. Thank you, Mom Bella. Appreciate you.
Google not attracted to my boyfriend after getting off birth
All right,
control.
I will. I'm doing it now. When I went off birth control after being on it for a decade, it took me time to notice the change in my sexual attunement. One of the first hints that my attraction may have been shifting was when a muscular bro walked by me on the street and my body was instinctively drawn to him. Even though I was walking the other direction to meet a friend, I turned around and trailed him for a is this real? What is this based in, man? This could be like some erotic fiction. All right, what is this? This could be like some erotic Wattpad fiction. He was chatting on the phone, loudly shouting to the other person on the other end, red flag 1. As he passed by his reflection, I swear he flexed, red flag 2. This sounds fake. This sounds so fake. After my phone buzzed, I saw a message asking me where I was. I bid adieu to my frat bro hypermasculine crush and went on the date. That was the first time in years I felt a strong primal response to a man with whom I had no interest in talking. Majority of the research I referenced in my journey to learn was focused on straight women. Naturally cycling folks experience shifts in their sexual attunement that peak during high fertility phase in the month around ovulation. They shift their attraction to more traditionally masculine features, have more sexual energy overall, and are just inclined to cheat on their partners with those masculine types. Yeah, I think this. Yeah, I did hear about that study. But I do think women, by nature, repress their sexuality. I think. Okay, I'm gonna explain this, Mom Bello. I'm gonna explain this. I'm explaining this right now. Mom Bello, I'm gonna fucking explain this shit right now. Okay? I'm gonna explain this actually. By nature, women have no awareness of their own sexuality. It's just a natural thing. Thank you, Mom Bello.
Lamau, I told you. It's why Destiny gets these leftist G1
No, I'm gonna explain
RLS.
it. Birth control represses the female libido. When the females see women have a libido, but they can't act on their own libido. Women cannot act on their own libido. All they can do is entrust their libido to a man. And that's why women can be in relationships with men they're not attracted to. Because they're entrusting their libido to that man, but he's just not bringing it out of them. Right? He's just not bringing it out of them. Whereas, you know, like, women aren't like men where they're going to actually go out of their way to be with the man they're libidinally attracted to. Because women need to trust a man to bring out their libido. Like, it's hard to explain. Like, it's your job to not only make women... It's not only your job to satisfy women, it's your job to confirm whether they were attracted to you all along or not. And a lot of times they weren't. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate you.
Birth control is MK Ultra CIA FBI NSA PSYOP.
Yeah. Straight women tend to be naturally drawn to partners who are genetically distinct from them, who have traditionally masculine features. Explain how these innate preferences may change on birth control. Women on the pill do not appear to discriminate between men whose immune genes are similar versus dissimilar to their own. Because women are just not sexually awakened when on birth control. That's why. They're just not awakened. They're asleep. Thank you so much, Mombello.
If we took away BC, literally no girl would look twice at Destiny or Vaush. It's poison.
Yeah. I don't doubt it. That may be true, yeah. There's an evolutionary benefit to being able to sniff out the difference. Women not on the pill tend to be more attractive to genetically similar men. People who met their partner while on the pill and stopped taking the pill were more interested in alternative mates than other groups. Were the most likely to think sexual thoughts about an alternate mate. For some, changing birth control methods, be the right move, yada yada yada. We doctors often cut to the chase. Birth control. God. Thank you so much, Mom Bella. Appreciate you. Birth control works in preventing pregnancy. Yeah, I mean, I think it is poison, honestly. I do believe that. Women are so, like, cyclical. That's so true. They, like... Yeah. They're, like... I was never aware of that till, like... this year, that, like, they're... It's not just, oh, when I'm on my period, when I'm not. Like, their mood changes based on every point of the cycle. Like, their level of how horny they are, all that kind of shit. It's not just like, oh yeah, are you on your period or not? It's like your stage of the moon cycle is like very important all the time. I don't think it's scary. I think it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Let's read another one, because this is fascinating. The Divorce Diaries. I came off the pill. I was no longer attracted to my husband. Look at her. What's wrong, honey? What's wrong? What's wrong? Let me kiss. Please. Yeah, this is why it's so if women are taken, they're not really taken. It's such a myth. There's no such thing as a taken woman in 2022. If she has a boyfriend, if she has a husband, if you have Riz, just a little bit of Riz, most relationships are just accidents. These women are just in relationships. They're not conscious of anything. There's nothing really there. It's just like an accident, right? If you know what you're doing, just a little bit, any woman can be single. Any of them. Any of them. In the modern world. She said, oh, I got a boyfriend. She doesn't have a boyfriend. She don't even know what she has. She's got nothing, right? So, yeah, that's just the truth. You don't believe it? Well, don't know what to tell you.
You know, to speak to that, you can say, hey, racism is dumb.
That's dishonorable to take advantage of, though. No, it's not. Because if you're a dude who's in a accidental relationship, I don't respect you as a man of the house. That's the thing. I just think you're a dumb boy, and it's time for me to take your woman. It's time for your woman to be with a real man. Because you're just a dumb boy who don't even know what he's doing. And I'll take it from here. Why would you want to be with an adulteress? What if this is just a wake-up call of me trying to tell you guys to wake the fuck up? Huh? Instead of arguing with me, why don't you just wake the fuck up? Because I'm a guy on the internet. There's plenty of people like me. If you don't know what you're doing, your girl is going to get taken by another man. I guarantee it. It's never happened to me before. But oh boy, have I seen it. And oh boy, have I done it. And no, it's not dishonorable. It's not dishonorable because men need to learn the truth. You need to learn how shit works. You need to learn how shit works. It's better to learn by getting black-pilled into incel ideology than learn by having 20 dudes run a train on your bitch while you're, you know, playing Fortnite or some shit. All right? It's better to learn than to learn the hard way.
And I want you to know that it's the wrong response to the problems you're seeing. You can do that.
That said, I have some problems with this tweet, like a weird amount of problems with this tweet, and I just wanted to talk you through them because I find it really...
If a man and woman commit adultery, they should be stoned.
interesting. The first is, I'm not sure exactly what advice...
It's haram. Okay, it's haram, but it will happen if you're not aware of your... If you don't know what's going on, if you don't know the things you have to be doing and the ways you have to be acting, you can call it haram all you want. You can try to convince me Haas is haram. Okay, I repent. But the dude who's sitting in the gas station waiting for your girl, waiting with his Riz, the gas station dude is not going to give a fuck if it's haram or not. Promise you. I promise. The dude, that dude, you know, that dude don't give a fuck. I'm trying to teach you guys a lesson. You're arguing with me instead. You're stupid. Stupid!
the left is giving to young men that is brain dead? Like, what are people saying? What's going on?
What are the ways one is supposed to be acting? Never fully open up to a woman. Never, ever, ever let your woman see you cry. There's so many people like, no, I promise you, never see. Your woman will forgive you if you cheat on her. If she sees you cry, I promise you it's over. It's like, it's shit like that. You know what I mean? I've never made these mistakes. Want to know why? Because I had good role models. But I see how it happens. And I'm like, okay, I'm glad I had the right role models. Never let her see you cry. Never show her your weakness. Women don't want to see your weakness. Okay? It puts them in anxiety mode. They don't want to see your weakness. He cried and he got his family back. Because that's also because he's a fucking famous celebrity. Don't say stupid shit in my chat, okay? Don't say dumb. Don't say Dr. Disrespect. Yeah, Dr. Disrespect cheated and then he cried and that worked. Sure. I'm just saying, don't ever cry in front of your woman. You can, unless you're manipulating them or some shit, I guess. Like Dr. Disrespect. Don't ever, what else? Always have, fortitude. Always have poise. Never give that up. Always, let me give you some more advice. Don't treat them like your friend. Don't treat them like your mom, and don't treat them like your friend. And understand the gulf between you. Even when they're in your arms, always tell yourself, the whole ocean of the cosmos separates us. It's night and day. Always think about your future obligations. Never just, I'm going to enjoy the now with you. Never fully be there. Never. Never. Always remember, focus on your goals. Focus on your priorities. Never ever get comfortable. Never never become attached. And never take shit. That's the most important one, probably. Never take shit. Never ever allow a woman to disrespect you because you're scared you're going to lose her. It's better you lose her than you accept a woman who disrespects you. What do I mean by disrespect? You know what I mean. You need to establish that you are someone to be respected. That she will not. If she doesn't respect you, the house that is the family will be destroyed. You don't want to have kids with her, nothing. Don't wait till it's too late. When you have kids and she goes out and cheats on you and you have like 3 kids or some shit and it traumatizes them for life. That's so important. That's so important. Never take the disrespect. Also, I'm gonna also tell you another thing. This is something I believe. The whole thing, I'm gonna tell you how I am, right? If they are like, have a lot of guy friends, that's the biggest, if they're part of a social network and they're commingling with a ton of guys, that's the biggest red flag you need, okay? They probably, I'm gonna just tell you the truth. The best kind of woman is one who has no friends. Well, obviously they have girlfriends, some, but they're not going out and shit. And they're not part of a network. It's gonna sound toxic, I don't give a fuck. The best kind of woman is a homebody. Period. If she's a homebody who just likes staying with her parents, that's the best type of woman. If she's so outgoing and yeah, you can, good luck. You know what I'm saying? All I'm telling you is good luck. Being a homebody is a super blue flag. It's a super good thing. The more she's caught up and the more she's entangled up with other people, the more it will be impossible for her to commit to you. Because there's just too many people she's entangled with. Just too many people. Easy to get with women in relationships in a big friend network. Yeah, that's the point. That's the point. It's easy to get. It's easy for women to cheat on you. Yeah. What else would I say? What else would I say? She needs to be loyal to you in a way of not being loyal to society or any other authority. You need to be, besides maybe her father, the highest authority in her life, including the US government. She needs to be more loyal to you than she is to the fucking government. Period. She needs to be more loyal to you than she is to the king of the land. She needs to be more loyal to you than her boss. And if she has a boss, that's not a great thing. But you can manage. I know it's not possible for everyone to, like, afford that, right? But at least she needs to be loyal to you above every man in her life. If she's still a little more loyal to her father, that's okay. She left her father to be with you, but she still may respect her father more than you, because her father may be a greater man than you. But here's the thing, I don't think that's a bad thing. If her father is a greater man than you are, you should just see him as a role model then, right? I don't think that's an unhealthy thing, because it's like, maybe I'm wrong, I mean, I'm talking on my ass, but it's like, I just feel like her father is her source of shame, and it's her source of honor. She's not going to be a hoe if she respects her father more than you. Think about it like this. A woman who respects her father more couldn't be manipulated to do OnlyFans by some guy. You know what I mean? So it's not always a bad thing. Because guess what? Another thing that's important too, her father will not live forever. He's passing the torch to you to take care of his daughter. So if she still respects him more than you, that's not a crisis. But that's the only exception you should ever accept. If there's any other man she respects more than you, she does not belong to you, period.
Do you guys remember that tweet thread that I did? Or sorry, when I responded to Sid's tweets, and some guy responded to me with, I don't understand the issue. I teach my boys everything they need to know. Save the world. Be kind. Or do you guys remember that? I think that turned into like a mini me. Save the planet. Yeah, all the advice a young man needs. Yeah, be progressive. Yeah.
It's not super helpful to the conversation, I think, to present the left as a group of people presenting young men terrible advice without getting into the nature of that advice, what's actually going on. I know a bunch of leftists, and
I agree with this. It is worth noting that there's an imbalance in charity here, right? Like, it's not possible in one or even a few tweets to really dig into like the issues men face or the ways in which the left fails them. But people will jump on what Sid tweeted and go like, so you want us to sympathize with Nazis and incels. So like there is like a total imbalance in the amount of like work other people seem to be willing to do to bridge that gap and make that information clear. Not Joel. I'm just saying like broadly, it's Twitter, right?
they tend to say just normal shit all day, every day. So I'm not sure what the actual thing is here. Problem number two, maybe this is the obvious one. This tweet here doesn't really account for other extremely important factors at play here, right? For example, what of patriarchy? You know, we've lived in a very, very sexist society for a very long time. Feminism is a recent phenomenon, and so I think it makes sense that people are still attracted to the patriarchy as an idea.
Okay. This is kind of a misdirection. We do live in a system that kind of gravitates people towards reactionary ideologies on this, especially men. But when we're talking about what we can do about it, we can't, like, Thanos snap the system out. We kind of have to work within the means of, well, what can our analysis, what can our systems do? Obviously, we live in a sexist system, that's true. I don't think anything Sid said kind of, like, ignored that, though, right? Like, you can say, yeah, we live in a world that has, like, very strong reactionary social pressures that move people in that direction, but that doesn't mean that it moves them through some kind of, like, innate or immaterial process, right? Like, well, how does the patriarchy reach out to men? I would argue that it reaches out to them primarily through insecurity, and we can target that insecurity and get at it and keep men from falling down that road before or sometimes alongside these other systems. Like, the patriarchy isn't...
I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm not really listening to this. I don't know what he just said. What did he say?
Like a force of the universe.
I was
like
doing something else. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Gravity that operates invisibly and omnipresently. It happens through interactions that we have the ability to influence and move in on. So
no, you don't. Not directly, no. All you have the ability to do is smash idols. That's all you can't really build anything. If you want to change, if you want to affect men's relationship to the patriarchy, you can only do it negatively. You can't build anything positively that will do anything but situate them where they already are. All you can do on the internet is basically break the ways they cope with their situation that deprive them of being delivered to their authentic reality. But you can't really, like, actually influence anything beyond that. You can't actually do anything but destroy.
So insecurity is one of...
destroy a lot of the dumb shit people believe.
Like the big male insecurity.
Or more the ways they cope with their masculinity. You can destroy that, but you can't really build anything from as an image on the screen. No, you could just deliver someone to build their own masculinity. But that's not going to happen online on a screen.
Security is one of the big, like, driving elements of fascism. This is one of the reasons why we have this narrative of...
Yeah, insecurity is a... See, I'm going to explain why Vaush is a sophist. Vaush says insecurity is a driving force of fascism. And that sounds profound, but when you break it down to what it actually is trying to say, you could just as easily say insecurity is also the basis of anti-fascism, because fascism is a breach in the security of democracy or your perceived well-being. So it's just a meaningless, pretentious word, insecurity. It's like being insecure. Thank you so much, Janar. Being insecure, as far as how they're defining this word and using this word, it just means, like, this threatens my ability to be secure. Like, you could be like, okay, incelism makes you insecure. Fascism makes you insecure. Like, it's just a stupid thing to say. Like, oh, you're insecure because you don't want your girl to get fucked by another man. It's like, okay, I guess I'm insecure because I don't want my 5-year-old son to walk into traffic. I let my 5-year-old walk into traffic because I'm not insecure. Yeah, you're right. You're not insecure. Maybe you should be insecure, though. Maybe you should be insecure for the well-being. Maybe you should feel insecure when a semi-truck is about to run over your 5-year-old son. But his security is being threatened in that moment. So maybe you should feel insecure when he's about to be run over by a fucking semi-truck and actually, like... Yeah, if you're secure when your child is playing in traffic, I don't know what to tell you, right? It's the same thing when these people... I'm not insecure. I let my girl fuck other men. Maybe you should be insecure about that, because what she's doing is she is devastating the foundation of the relation between man and woman by doing that. She is devastating the honor and the dignity of whatever relationship you claim to have. Maybe you should be insecure about those things. You can't take your security for granted. Thank you so much for the raid, Jackson. Appreciate you. We got a fat raid. Hooray! Just to check on my Twitter. It's so funny how, like, I made this tweet. It's like 2 sentences. This is what Jackson does to farm Twitter. It's like, it's 2 sentences. And it's already kind of like kicking the beehive. It's like a lot of people are like writing paragraphs and really long sentences. Look, what is this? What kind of tweet is this? Who is this? This person sounds like a woman. What is this? Then there's this. And it's like, there's so much. I need to tell people something. If you go on Twitter and you're doing this, you know it's cope, right? Twitter's not a place for you to just like air out your thoughts. It's like a very manipulative place. You're not just supposed to like what, why would you give me men can't be emotional because emotional men are the most dangerous people on the planet. How many affected by men have to be emotionally intelligent? Not okay, like you're a fascist. Okay, what is fascist about this? Is it traumatic for you to realize men and women are different? Is that just traumatic? Ah, I got more followers than this bitch. Bitch. This person takes the cake for claiming this is Nazi ideology, sex trafficking, and a patsy code. What is this shit, man? What is this? It's such a bizarre. It's such like an unhinged response to what I fucking said. These are all such unhinged responses to what I said, you know? It's so easy to farm like retards on Twitter. All you have to do is like say common sense things about women. Like let's just like do more common sense. You want to just do common sense tweets? Let's do it. When a woman cheats, when a man cheats, a woman's feelings get hurt. When a woman cheats, the entire foundation of the relationship is destroyed. This is so easy. Did I do this? When a man cheats, her feelings are hurt. When a woman cheats, the entire relationship is objectively destroyed. Should I do this? Is this just gonna be like an easy way to farm followers? When a woman, oh yeah, it's got to be woman. Just common sense. All right, let's do it. Oh man. It's easy. It's so easy. Oh shit. Yo, what up, Jackson? Yeah, I hung on. Guys, should I move my carpet to the right? Is it too much to the left? What do you guys think? Should I move it? I might move it. Who knows? It's so easy to troll on Twitter. Holy fuck. Yeah, I'm just like testing the waters, I guess. The guy Sozoke says, Haz, what I said was right though, wasn't it? No, it wasn't, dude. It was fucking stupid. You said reality is at least in part processed through your emotions. Yeah, if you're a woman, if you're a man, you recognize there's a reality that, while can affect your emotions, does not answer to your emotions, you dumb fuck. If you're a man who's entitled to something because you're emotionally feeling a certain way, you're a boy, you're not a man, right? Reality is when you're able to accept that this is not about my emotions. If a lion is gonna come and eat your fucking toddler, that is an objective reality, which you can only react to emotionally. But whether or not that danger is there is not based on your emotions. The dangerous thing about women is that they don't have that sense of reality. So it's like, I could see them allowing a lion to eat their toddler just because they feel like the lion is friendly. And then when the feeling becomes different, oh no, right? And then he goes, how will your cringe tweets further the establishment of a communist party? How will your reply to my tweet further the establishment of anything? Every action I commit in life does not have to be conducive directly. If I take a shit, how does that further the establishment of a communist party? What a stupid thing you're saying. Like, everything I do has to directly result in the establishment of a communist party? What a stupid fucking thing to say. You can't just wave a wand and have a communist party be established, you dumb fuck. Then this is what also he says. He also says this. Let's just do it. Let's go through the whole thing. So you tried to DM me, you little bitch. Haz, you go on E-date streams to be cringe and flirt in your free time. You know what, Suzuki? You took the time to DM me about this. So I know you take this issue very personally. I just want to ask you a question, you stupid, and you're genuinely a retard. Suzuki, I want you to look at me right now. You are a pathetic, female-minded male, which makes you the most worthless piece of shit version of what a man can be. You saw a clip of me on Kiana's stream like 2 years ago and think this is the epitome of how I spend my time. You claim this is something I do in my free time, as in this is something I regularly spend my free time doing, rather than something I did maybe once or at most 5 times on Twitch. Mostly to troll and be funny, and to entertain my audience. The epitome of what you and your followers would label degeneracy. Okay, what was degenerate? So, talking to a woman on the internet is degenerate. I don't think that's what qualifies degeneracy. I don't think that's what degeneracy is, actually. I think degeneracy is like when you, for example, have a girlfriend who has OnlyFans or something. I think that's fucking degenerate. Speaking as if you're a real man is pretty funny. Dude, from an objective Lacanian standpoint, I am a real man. I typed 2 sentences, and like a hysterical coping woman, you wrote me an entire essay hysterically responding to this extremely like stoic, like yes meme Chad simple tweet. I invoked an extremely hysterical woman-like response from you with my simple signifying. This tweet has big dick energy, master signifier energy. This is just a soying out kind of female hysterical response that you displayed. So as far as what a real man is, from like an objective perspective of like psychoanalysis, I guess, you are the woman here. You can't talk about what a real man is when you fucking respond this way, you little bitch. By the way, I made it personal for you. And I want to traumatize you into being my hate stalker for the rest of your life. Because I've done that to like a dozen people already. And you're never going to regain your manhood ever again for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. I just want you to be aware of that. You'll never regain it forever. It's gone forever. Like it's never going to be back. It will never be back. You want to debate me? All right, get on my Discord. Get on my Discord. Get on my Discord. Get on my Discord. Go on my Discord. Get in my show queue, you little fucking pussy. I see your little fucking DMs. I'm banned. Unban me, pussy. What's your Discord name? Tell us your Discord name. My mods will unban you. Go ahead, tell us your Discord name. Is this actually the 17-year-old? This is the 17-year-old? No, it's not. No, it's fucking not. Is it actually? Oh, I remember his name, Sozuke Aizen. So it is a 17-year-old. It's literally a kid. You went on E-Date streams like 6 times, you degenerate disgrace to your Muslim heritage. You know what, Suzuki? I'll disgrace my Muslim heritage even more. I had premarital sex far more times than that. Far more times than that. Within that time frame alone that you're referring to. To say nothing of now. Just within the time frame you're referring to. Like actual premarital sex. So I guess, you know, yeah, we know you're not a Muslim. I don't care. Then fine, I'm just an atheist communist. I don't care about virtue signaling, about being Muslim. I don't care about doing that. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care. I literally don't get, like, what are you saying? Oh, well, I'm going to be excommunicated from the Muslim community. What Muslim community? My family, my parents, they don't give a fuck. Besides, according to Andrew Saturn, I'm half German. And the Germans are fine with with what I do. Andrew Saturn says I'm half German, so I'm not even in the Muslim community. I'm just a German guy. I'm just a German guy. I'm just a Adam Tahir. You can't even call me you can't even hold me to any standard. I'm literally a white German guy named Adam Tahir. Can't even say anything. Okay? Anyway, guys. Now do I think has my tweet taken off yet? Do I think premarital sex is degenerate? Do I think premarital sex is degenerate? Yes. But it's not the same thing as like being a furry. It's like there's nothing comparable about that. All right. Premarital sex is like seed oils, right? It's like we all eat seed oils. We know it's bad for us. Hopefully we're gonna get off it. But you can't be crucified for eating seed oils. You can be crucified for eating like dog shit or something, right? Also, this is funny. At least you'll never have to worry about a woman leaving you or dating you at all. Is this why I got a girlfriend? Just to be able to like flex and be like, no, I actually have a girlfriend. Why don't you guys just actually ratio her and just like link her photos of me with
I wonder to what extent haram even applies to a man outside of a Sharia country / family.
How would she react if like, I remember this fucking person. Oh my god. Guys, why don't you ratio her? I don't even want to do it myself. I'm above this. All right? I'm above this, but I just want to see what it would be like to ratio them. At least you'll never have to worry about what a woman leaving you or dating you. All right, let's see who responded, and then I'm gonna prop up that tweet to do the ratio. Well, guys, we're on YouTube, so is no one gonna respond to it? Guys, it's like the thing is, like, I'm dating an actual woman. I'm actually officially, for the first time in years, I'm in an official relationship that's public with an actual woman. But I guess Twitter's not ready for that. Twitter's not ready for that. What is this like actual crazy response right? Unshow. What kind of response is this? He put his signature. Alright, okay. I guess that's over with. Alright, you know what? I don't what kind of response is that? Put his signature. Oh my god. Damn. This is the best response. The best response is, this is literally what leftists will say to this. You are literally Hitler. This is actually some shit they would say. This is actually some shit they would say. This is actually some shit they would say. You are actually Hitler for saying this. I'm surprised this isn't blowing up. This should like blow up. This is like such a banger tweet. It should get like 5,000 likes. This is like such like a banger ass tweet. Got him. Yeah, like literally how? Literally how? Like, how do you like, okay, like this is, it's just like kind of stupid, all right? Let me tell you why it's stupid. All right, let's say you're just some guy who's like, all right, infrared Haas, right? Let's say you're just like some guy who's like, all right, infrared Haas, who is this guy, right? And you go on my channel, right? You guys following? You following? Go on my channel, and then you just click my first fucking video right here. Could not and then you click it from the beginning. Oh, okay, let's see. Now, oh my god! It's like the first video on my fucking channel right now. Damn. Alright. You'll never have to worry about a woman leaving you or dating you at all. You know what? I wanna let's clip this and send it to let's clip this and send it to Twitter. Let's do it. Ready? What's that fucking oh, it's the okay. Such a stupid thing to say. That's crazy. Crazy. We shouldn't invite the evil eye, though. Let's not invite the evil eye. Evil eye. You know what I mean? The evil eye is like not a good thing to invite. Honestly. It's like, you don't want to invite the evil eye. It's actually hilarious. Yeah, post whatever you want, I don't care. Yeah, this is like probably a really smart tweet, actually. It's like I just got like 100 followers just doing that shit. Twitter, so Twitter, the secret of Twitter is just upsetting women. Trolling women is the secret of Twitter. Crazy. Someone fucking responded with it. Let me see this. This is hilarious. That's like, oh god. That's hilarious. That's actually hilarious. What the fuck? Yo, this dude's name Political AI Art. This dude triggers the fuck out of people just by existing. Ah. That's hilarious. It's actually hilarious. Oh my god. Damn, these are savage replies. Holy shit. Oh my god. All right. Twitter is fun. Twitter's gonna make streaming fun again. It is. Twitter's gonna make shit actually fun again. Oh no! Oh my god, what is going on? Why is this person getting so bullied? It's like, dude, this is savage. This is like, what the fuck? All right. So, this is what they said. At least you'll never have to worry about a woman leaving you. He goes, at least you'll never have to worry about being a woman. Then he goes, you really replied to me 3 times. Someone's on their period. And he said, oh no! Oh no! Oh no! This is like drawn and quartered. What the fuck? This is so fucking savage! Someone's got. Oh my god! Someone screenshot this shit. I'm screenshotting this. I'm like, this is the most savage interaction I've ever seen. This is honestly the most savage interaction I've ever seen. This is the most savage interaction I've ever seen ever on Twitter. And I'm taking a screenshot. Guys, screenshot this interaction. Unironically, this will go viral on Twitter. This is like viral material. Everyone should just like share and spread a screenshot of this interaction. Like, this only has 55 views. This is the most savage own I've seen. I've ever seen. This is like so insanely fucking savage. It's like, bruh, this is this is, oh my god, bruh. That's like, oh, but I don't know why this person decided to come for me today, but it's not in, today is not their day. This, oh no, this is not good. This is not good. This is like not something that's advisable to general audiences. It's just, it's not something I can recommend. Oh, yeah, that would blow up. That would blow up if it was shared. Anyone who wants some free Twitter clout, share that interaction. That will fucking blow up. That would definitely blow the fuck up. Holy shit. Damn. Oh my god. Janar, you did it? Let me see. I might retweet it. Said he's 16, not 17. Oh, yeah, there's no minors allowed in the Discord, period. That's not allowed. Just no ifs or buts about it. Simple as that. Yo, my next tweet is I'm gonna flex my my incel dumb. I'm gonna say my next tweet will be tomorrow. It's gonna say, "Damn, it feels good to be an incel." And it say, "Damn, it feels good to be an incel." And I'm gonna share a photo. Thank you
Glad
so
you
much,
on
M.
Twitter.
Hamzik.
Win, bro, win.
I'm gonna do some savage shit, bro. See, the thing is, I have a girlfriend that enables my incel behavior, so I'm untouchable now. I got fucking bulletproof vests and shit. I'm untouchable. Oh no, this is like the worst thing you could have said. That's just like horrible. Oh man. We had fun today, didn't we? We had fun. I had fun. You had fun. We had fun. They had fun. Too mean. I agree, Jenny, it's mean if it was unprovoked, especially, but it's like this person like came at me, right? So it's like, you know what I mean? All right, guys. All right, guys. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I'm loosening up after work. Go get me a beer. I'm gonna watch some football now. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Guys. Damn, it feels good to be an incel. Make more pro whale hunting tweets. I can't tell if you're talking about fat bitches or you're talking about actual whales. But, you know what I mean? Anyway, guys. Can I be real with you guys? Can I ask you guys a favor? I kind of want to go to the gym and then watch Abdul Hamid. I just want to watch one episode. It's like, I haven't watched an episode in a week. Nadia was holding me hostage, and every time I would ask Nadia, I would be like, can we watch Abdul Hamid? And she'd go, bah! And I would be battered into having to watch dating shows on Netflix. Instead, she made me. She didn't let me watch what I wanted to watch. I had to watch, we watched a show called, what was it called? Love is Blind. And, I was so disgusted by that show because it was just like, the women on Love is Blind, it's just like, I'm sorry, I don't want to name names and shit, but like, it was so gross to me. I was so disgusted. But, yeah. Nadia didn't let me watch Abdul Hamid. Love is Blind is like a show for ugly people to cope about, pretty much. That's my conclusion after watching it. But did I sit and watch it? Yeah, I did. I did sit and watch it. Sue me. Sue me. Anyway, guys. I'm off. I gotta... She liked watching it because she's just sadistic and she likes mocking ugly people. She likes mocking ugly and desperate people. That's why. Don't leave, you guys. I gotta go to the gym. Come on. You guys want an earlier stream tomorrow? One's if you guys want a 6 p.m. stream tomorrow. One's if you want, two's if you want an 8 p.m. One's if you want a 6 p.m. Two's for 8 p.m., one for 6 p.m. Damn. A lot of you guys prefer 8 p.m. That's crazy. I didn't know that. Alright, guys. Well. The night streams. Alright, guys. Guys, listen. I'm gonna say one thing. I think that person may actually be on their period. The reason I think that is, here is some evidence that it's possible for them to be on their period.